Noam Chomsky's syntactic structures introduces a groundbreaking formalized theory of linguistic structure, making a shift in the study of syntax and linguistics. The book emphasizes rigorous formulations and precisely constructed models to explain human language syntax. Chomsky's work is foundational in establishing transformational generative grammar, a model that has profoundly influenced the field of linguistics. Chomsky begins by defining the nature of human language, setting the stage for the broader objectives of syntactic study. For Chomsky, the primary goal of a linguist is to construct a grammar of a language which defines as a device capable of generating all possible sentences within that language. Beyond this, Chomsky stresses the importance of identifying the abstract concepts that underlie various grammars to develop a general method for selecting the best possible grammar for any given language. He argues that a successful linguistic theory must describe all levels of language analysis, including sounds, words, and sentence structures. In the second chapter, Chomsky delves into the concept of grammaticality, a central theme in his theory. He defines a language as a set of finite sentences, constructs a finite set of elements, and asserts the necessity of distinguishing grammatical sequences, that is, acceptable sentences, from ungrammatical ones. A grammatical sentence, according to Chomsky, is one that is intuitively acceptable to a native speaker, is pronounced with normal sentence intonation, and is recalled and learned more easily. Chomsky challenges the idea that grammaticality is determined by factors such as inclusion in a corpus, meaning, or statistical probability. Chomsky illustrates this with the famous example of the non yet grammatically correct sentence, "Colorless green ideas sleep furiously." Despite its lack of meaning and statistical improbability, the sentence is grammatically acceptable, leading Chomsky to conclude that grammar is autonomous and independent of meaning. He argues that probabilistic models offer little insight into the basic problems of syntactic structure. Chomsky explores different models of grammar to determine which can adequately account for a set of grammatical sentences. He hypothesizes that the device used to generate these sentences must be finite rather than infinite. Chomsky first considers finite state grammar, a model that treats language as Markov process. However, he finds this model insufficient for describing linguistic structure and critiques phrase structure grammar, a model based on immediate constituent analysis. He argues that both finite state grammar and phrase structure grammar are inadequate for linguistic description. As a solution, Chomsky presents transformational generative grammar, a more powerful model designed to address the inadequacies of earlier models. Chomsky's transformational grammar consists of three key components: phrase structure rules, transformational rules, and morphophonemic rules. Phrase structure rules are used to expand grammatical categories and make substitutions, resulting in a string of morphemes. Transformational rules operate on a given string, altering its constituent structure to produce a new derived structure. These rules can rearrange strings, add morphemes. Transformational rules are divided into obligatory and optional types. Obligatory transformations applied to the terminal strings of the grammar produce the kernel of the language, consisting of symbol, active, declarative, and affirmative sentences. Optional transformations, up in a specific order, generate more complex sentence forms such as passive, negative, interrogative, or complex sentences. At the final stage of the grammar, morphophonemic rules convert a string of words into a string of phonemes, completing the process of sentence generation. Chomsky's sentence generation. Chomsky applies this framework to analyze the English auxiliary verb system, demonstrating the model's effectiveness. In the 6th chapter, Chomsky addresses the problem of justifying grammars, drawing parallels between linguistic theory and theories in the physical sciences. He compares a finite corpus of utterances to observations and grammatical rules to laws that are expressed in terms of hypothetical constructs like phonemes and phrases. Chomsky identifies three criteria for justifying grammars: external conditions of adequacy and simplicity. To select the best grammar for a given corpus, Chomsky advocates for the evaluation procedure, which considers these criteria. He rejects the discovery procedure used in structural linguistics, which supposedly automatically generates the correct grammar from a corpus, and the decision procedure, which is meant to automatically select the best grammar from a set of competing grammars. Chomsky prioritizes explanatory depth over the pursuit of exhaustive empirical coverage, favoring a model that offers deep theoretical insights and complete empirical adequacy. In the 7th chapter, Chomsky applies his transformational approach to various aspects of English grammar, including the formation of negative passive sentences, yes/no questions, and WH interrogative sentences. He demonstrates how transformational analysis can describe a wide range of distinct phenomena in English grammar in a simple, natural, and orderly manner. Chomsky's analysis illustrates the power and flexibility of transformational grammar in capturing the complexities of English syntax. Chomsky introduces the concept of constructional homonymity, where two structurally indistinguishable items at a certain linguistic level can have different meanings. To resolve such ambiguities, Chomsky argues for the establishment of distinct higher levels of linguistic analysis. These higher levels can clarify the different structural interpretations that lower levels cannot differentiate. Chomsky demonstrates that a grammar that only analyzes sentences up to the phrase structure level contains many constructional homonymities, leading to ambiguities that need to be explained at a higher level. He proposes that the transformational level can effectively resolve these ambiguities, establishing it as a crucial component of a comprehensive linguistic theory. In the final chapter, Chomsky revisits the relationship between syntax and semantics, emphasizing that his analysis has been entirely formal and non-semantic. He challenges the notion that grammatical form is dependent on meaning, providing counterexamples to common linguistic assertions. Chomsky argues that the correspondence between meaning and grammatical form is imperfect and relatively useless as a basis for grammatical description. To illustrate his point, Chomsky draws a parallel between semantics and phonology, showing that attempting to build a phonemic distinction theory based on meaning would require an immense and laborious investigation of a vast corpus. In contrast, phonemic distinctness can be easily explained in non-semantic terms using straightforward methods like pair tests. Chomsky concludes that a strictly formal, non-semantic framework for syntactic theory may ultimately support the development of an independent semantic theory. Chomsky's rigorous approach to linguistic theory, his emphasis on the independence of grammar from meaning, and his development of transformational rules have had a lasting impact on the study of language. The book's exploration of grammar models, the grammars, and the application of transformational grammar in English demonstrate the power of Chomsky's framework in capturing the complexities of human language. Syntactic structures remains a key text in the study of linguistics, offering profound insights into the nature of language and its structure.